All right, the countdown is over. We are
There we go.
live. All right, so let me make sure everybody can see my video. We're live in three places at one time, thanks to the awesome StreamYard program and the awesome sponsor that sponsors Quake Radio. All right, let's see.
Hi guys, my name is Sophia and I'm his host.
There
Whoa.
we go. I'm fixing to do some sharing real quick too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure this video is showing we're live. Okay. And let's see, minimize,
Here we go.
live now. Let me click edit post. Man, Facebook, you're stupid. Golly. For whatever reason, Facebook's been doing this for the past 2 or 3 months. I got it set to go live on my personal profile,
Yeah.
and so Facebook always says has the video hidden where only I can see it. Well, for a long time, I could go in there and change that once it was live, change it to where everybody can watch it. But here, the last five or six I've done, it won't let me change it. It just says only me, and it lets me change it after the fact. And that's dumb. They doing like the left. All right, so at least we're live on Coon Hunters Outdoors Ministries Facebook, and we're live on Quake RYC Productions YouTube. And anybody that's watching, if go subscribe to Quake Radio Productions on YouTube, give us a like on Facebook. Quake stands for King Without a Crown every day. All right, and I've got to remember at the end of the show, I got to shout out my awesome buddy Mason Hudgens. I'm going to announce a mission trip that him and his wife is going to go on with some friends of theirs. So shout out to Mason and his wife. And so our guest and everybody share this live. Let's get a bunch of shares going.
I'm
Let's
sharing it on my page, and I got the my artist page or the band page. I just shared it on it too. So
sweet. I am super excited for this one. This is episode 95, so I'm getting close to 100. And when I get 100, I'm going to have several guests on for the 100th episode. That's a lot of episodes.
yes sir, yes sir.
And this is, I've had, let's see, I've had hunters, race car drivers, I've had musicians, I've had friends, had all kinds of bands, everybody from Jericho Robinson, to, oh shoot, trying to think, Aaron Michaels, so many different artists. And now I have Kalan Miller, the lead singer of Cypress Spring, the old country rap group. I've been listening to hip hop. I like to call it hip hop, and I call it
Yeah,
country
yeah.
rap too. But I know a lot of artists are scared to say the word hip hop because a certain artist said, "Oh, it's a bad word." But I like it because it's cool. And I remember in 2009 when it was the Double Wide Boys, and it was,
Yeah.
and then you had Ken Folk, and then of course you had country rap, Colt Ford, and then you had
Yeah.
Michael Knight. In 2010, 2011, the Georgia Boys, and then Ken Folk broke up, and then Double Wide Boys broke up. Then Moccasin Creek formed, and it just went on and went on. So I've been listening long, long time, and when it was officially a genre, I know there's a lot of people that argue with you. Oh, it started with Bone Thugs and Harmony, Ghetto Cowboy. I said no, the actual genre didn't really get started till 2009. They may have had a song, but it wasn't an actual
Nah,
thing.
nah, 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 nah. It wasn't country rap.
Yeah, it was not. Um, so introduce yourself, your band, how long you been doing music.
Yeah. So I'm Kalan and lead singer for Cypress Spring. I've been really doing music my whole life. We got into the country rap, the hip hop. We got into to that genre. I don't know, like probably 10, 12, 10, 10 or 11 years ago, something like that. I started out actually doing like rap. I've been doing like rap my whole life, and then we just kind of transitioned, into country rap. Uh, like I said, probably 10, 11 years ago, something like that, give or take.
Awesome. Let's see. Oh, I can hear you, but some reason it does like a static with it.
What about now?
Yes.
Is it staticky?
Yes. I can hear you pretty good, but I also hear the static along with it, which is strange.
What about this?
Still hear it.
Crazy. Hold on.
And if it don't fix it, that's fine. As long as I can still hear you, that's the main thing.
Did that change anything?
It did not.
Imagine that. Okay. Stand by.
It's doing like the government not wanting to work.
All right. How about that?
Still the same.
Wow. Okay. Now, if I touch that
Yeah,
button,
that's
all the sound to go off.
that's strange. We did have 10 people now showing six. Well, if we get more than 10 people in here, I'll be ecstatic up the wall. All right, let's see. Let me share this out to some people. I'm gonna send this in Messenger. That way, some people know I'm live if they
Yeah.
didn't get a notification. All right, let's see. So, what was your first artist name before you became Cypress Spring?
My first artist name it was K Mill, K dash
Awesome.
Mill. Yeah.
Very cool. So, you started in what year?
Music wise,
Yes.
just in general. Oh man, I don't know. Man, when I was in high school, like we was selling mixtapes, like we did the whole mixtapes out the trunk of the car era, in like probably 2006, 2007, 2008, all the way up into high school. And then after I graduated, let's see, I graduated in '08, and then after I graduated, I got like really serious with it. And I wound up with like my first record deal, let's see, in 2011. Uh, just like a actual just straight rap record deal in 2011 with Big Ticket Entertainment, which is a subsidiary with Young Jeezy CTE.
Very cool.
Worst years
All
of my
right.
life,
Oh, I bet that was rough back in them days.
for sure.
All right. So, all right, I just shared this out to like 8 or 9 inboxes. And let me make sure and pin that. Okay, so the comment is pinned. I'm going to highlight it. All right, so y'all be sure that is Cypress Springs Facebook. Y'all click that comment. Whether you're watching from YouTube, it's on YouTube also. Click that comment. You can go to their Facebook. And then also, let me go here, turn off the scroller. And then, oh, no wonder it doesn't say two. Well, anyways, that is their YouTube. So y'all can go to their YouTube. Hey, Dwayne, how you doing, my friend? Dwayne says he's sitting there enjoying the show. Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
So congratulations on the new job, Dwayne. I know you'll love working for International Paper there. So so you did Cypress Spring a long time, and at one point y'all were signed to Colt Ford's label, Average Joe's.
Yeah. I did. We did Cypress Spring for probably, like I said, 10 years, maybe 11 years, or something like that. I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I suck at remembering years and time and stuff like that. I just know that it's been a decade at least doing the whole country rap genre.
Awesome. Anthony Coatney says, tell him about that big check you walked around with.
Oh yeah, I toted that mug for. uh, I got it some man. AJ, I got it somewhere. I can't believe I ain't got it in the studio. It might be in my storage trailer. Yeah, man. I had a I don't know, man. It was probably like a $50,000 check. You might be able to fit it in this room that they cut me whenever I got my first record deal, and I carried that thing around Vernon. I wore that mug like a necklace, man, for probably about a week or so, or something like that.
That's awesome. So there's Josh
Yeah,
O'Neill, the former drummer for Charlie Farley. That's my
yeah, that's my
buddy.
man. What's up, buddy?
I love some Josh O'Neill. That guy is awesome. He's been on the show many, many times.
Heck yeah.
And if anybody's looking for a good drummer, Josh O'Neill is the top in country rap, or one of them.
That he one of the best in the business. Absolutely. I've had the honor to play several shows with Charlie and got to watch him work, and he's always been good ever since I first seen him.
He's one of them that he's so good at drumming, he can do it backwards blindfolded.
Yeah, man. I mean that's
If you ever see somebody playing the drums backwards blindfolded, you better buy them a steak dinner because that boy is
hey,
talented.
I've seen it blindfolded.
And he's also and if somebody's that good at something, that means they're busier than a one armed trombone player.
Hey,
So, um, tell us about when, or tell everybody about when Cypress Spring took a break and everybody started changing and evolving. And
so I'm gonna try to condense this into a condensed version. Okay, so
cool.
me and Paul, like we originally went to Nashville, got signed to Cypress Spring, and then went on, did the whole Way of Life, Denim, the whole Denim album, and then Tyler, he went to school with us. So as in the process of like doing shows and stuff like that, we needed some more musicians. So we actually picked up Tyler for a musician, and he toured with us and did a bunch of shows with us, playing, like bass and guitar and stuff like that. And then we eventually just went ahead and just like signed him instead of like me and Paul being a duo. We actually kind of like turned it into a trio. And then the second album, American White Trash, it was like all three of us. I think Tyler was on like one or two songs on Denim. He come like we kind of like signed him uh as we was getting ready to wrap up the first album. Then he was on the entire second album. So we toured, for after signing him, I don't know, 6, 7 years or something like that. It's like a trio. And then Paul, he decided to kind of like step away from music. He got tired of being on the road and he just wanted to be home with his family. So he decided to step away from music and like got in church and like really like started pursuing God and stuff a lot more heavy. So he stepped away from Cypress Spring, and then that just left me and Tyler. And me and Tyler, we went on several tours, and we toured for several years and recorded kind of like some EPs and some singles. We did a lot of singles that we put out, and we did that for, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years, maybe 3 or 4, something like that. And then me and Tyler decided that before me and Tyler decided that, okay, we had a big tour we was fixing to go on, actually, and it was I want to say it was the War Tour with Adam Calhoun, the one that they're on right now. Uh, we had that in the works. Let's see when COVID hit. It hit in 2020. So we had that in the works in 2020. We was actually supposed to go on the War Tour with Adam Calhoun and be like, I guess you'd call it direct support or whatever, co-headline direct support or whatnot, on that tour. And then COVID hit, and we lost like that whole tour, and then we lost another tour that was coming up behind that. So when that happened, uh, me and my wife, we was just sitting on the couch one night, and actually, I ain't gonna say she was watching a live stream from a church. It was the most random thing. Like, we weren't going to church, we weren't talking about going to church or anything like that. And she was just sitting there watching the live stream. I don't even know what I was doing at the time. I was probably like watching TV or playing Fortnite, something. Ain't no telling. But she was like, "Hey man, we should go to the revival." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, we should go to this revival." It was like 15 minutes up the road or something like that. So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, like we'll go. So we got dressed, hopped in the vehicle, went over here to this revival, and sat down preaching. And then after the preaching got done, they was doing like an altar call, and I went from I ain't gonna say I wasn't familiar with some of this. Like I was raised in church like my younger years, so like I was familiar with this, but I didn't go expecting anything. I'm just gonna be honest. My wife wanted to go, so I just loaded up and went. It was one of those things that way I could just kind of like make her be quiet. So we're sitting there at this revival, and then God just kind of does God things, the pastor, I mean, he didn't even like know me. He walked over there, kind of like started talking to me and my wife, and was like, "You do music?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 I do music." And next thing I know, this man started like prophesying, like, "Hey, you need to go ahead and just start you a nonprofit and get ready for ministry." I'm like, this dude tripping. Like he has no clue, nothing about me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm Cypress Spring. I tour. Like my job is, like to be drunk and party 7 days a week. I'm like, this dude has no clue what he's talking about. And then we wound up both getting saved that night. And
That's awesome.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It was the most random thing ever, but yeah, we wound up both. But yeah, it's crazy. Like God, he don't. I mean, you might have some plans, but I try not to plan anything because
Yeah.
he gonna be the first person to mess it up. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. So I don't even like planning stuff no more, man. I just now I'm to the point in my life. I just kind of I try to go with the flow. Okay, like so me and her, we wound up both getting saved that night, and I mean, it was just it was crazy, like how I guess like drastic that it happened because like I went from being like a full blown alcoholic to like I ain't drank in 5 years, and like it literally started that night. Like all that happened, and then like I just like quit drinking. Like it was probably one of the most crazy experiences that I've ever personally went through because like I had no intentions on none of that. I was just going to make my wife happy. Happy wife, happy life. And then God showed up and literally just wrecked every plan that I had. So I get home, a couple weeks and stuff, like go by, and I holler at Tyler, and I'm like, hey dude, well, couple months. I don't want to say weeks. Let me say a couple months so it's more realistic. A couple months go by and like me and him are kind of like still putting out songs and recording like secular, like just like regular Cypress Spring songs. And finally, like I holler at him and because like man, me and him like and it's like me and Paul, like we could talk about anything. Like he knows like when he told me he wanted to leave, like I hope he knows that I wasn't even gonna stress that I wasn't gonna be mad. You know what I'm saying? Like it's always family first and God first. And so I hollered at Tyler and I'm like, hey dude, like I don't I don't really want to do like secular music anymore. I think I want to do like like some Christian stuff. And I know it sounds crazy, but I don't feel right, like putting out all this, like crazy music that we're putting out. And he's like, look, dude, yeah, if that's he's like, man, if that's what you want to do, he's like, to be honest, like I want to kind of like work on my country stuff, so like me and him, we just it was just, dude, it was, I mean, it wasn't anything other than God's timing. I mean, and that's all it was. That like he was kind of preparing me to step away from that, and then Tyler, he was wanting to like really start on like his country stuff because Tyler ain't never been a rapper, like he's always done like country music. So it really just made sense the way that it happened for like me to step away from secular music and start wanting to kind of do like Christian hip hop, like or Christian country rap, whatever you want to call it. And then that gave him a chance, to also step away and start focusing on his country music. So I hollered at the record label, and you know how record labels are. You start trying to change or do something, they're like, no, no, no. So I hit up Average Joe's and was like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. And I be dang if them dudes wasn't just 100% on board. It was just like one of them called me and was like, yo, man, like if you feel like this is really what you're supposed to be doing, like if you want to do Christian music, then by all means, I mean, like I'm never gonna tell you, like if God's trying to tell you to do something, I'm never gonna tell you not to do that. And
Wow.
yeah, so I put out like my Rebel Reborn EP that I put out. I actually put that out with Average Joe's. So they treated it, just like they treated Denim, just like they treated American White Trash, just like they treated any single that we come out with. I mean,
That's awesome.
they recorded it for me. I mean, they shot the music videos for me. They did the content. They did everything for me. And I was like, so then I started doing, like Christian country rap and kind of like Christian faith-based music with them. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is where it's at, like this is good. And so I figured that's where I was gonna live at. That's where I was going with it. And then God just like kept really God just kept like dealing with me. He's like, hey, look, I don't want you tied to anything. Like I know you have freedom, but like you don't have the freedom that I intend for you to have. So he just kind of like just kept putting it on me and putting it on me and putting it on me, just to like leave and just like go independent. That way, like anytime I get ready to put out a song, I could put it out. Whatever God gives me to put out, I could put it out. Like I'm not on my schedule, I'm not on their schedule, like I'm on his schedule. So I just hit them up, and like I think I may have hit Joe up because Joe was my manager, and or Joe still is my manager, and I hit him up and I was like, hey, look, dude, this is crazy, man, but I think I'm gonna leave the label and go independent. And he's like, are you sure? And I said, yeah, man, yeah. I think I'm gonna go independent, dude. And he's like, all right. He's like, I got your back 100%, man. He's like, I'll holler at him, I'll talk to him. And then so Joe hit them up and told them, and man, they wasn't no like discussion. They wasn't no back and forth. Like Shannon, the owner of the label, he called me. Was like, man, I think you got like another good album in you. And I was like, dude, I probably got another 5 good albums in me. I mean, if we're just being honest, I mean, I can sit here and rap country. I can write country rap all day because I mean, I've lived this for 35 years, dude. Like, I ain't just making this stuff up. Like, I could do another 10 country rap albums. If that's really what I wanted to do. And I was like, but it's just not what I want no more. And he was like, nah, man. He's like, I understand. And he's like, it ain't no hard feelings if I can never do anything for you. Just let me know. So he just kind of like blessed me my leaving. And like I said, like they wasn't nothing, no crazy. They wasn't no pushback. They wasn't no fighting. They wasn't no arguing. They wasn't no lawyers. They wasn't none of that. I mean, it was literally they drafted me up a contract to leave. I looked at it, read it, dope, signed it, sent it back, and then I went independent, and here I am, independent. Like still, I kind of slowed down a little bit on music. I'm focusing more on really I'm just focused more on my family and church and God. I've been on the road for 10 years, touring professionally, so I've missed a lot of holidays. I've missed a lot of birthdays. I've missed a lot of just everything that you can possibly miss. So right now I've just been kind of like taking my time to really invest in my family and pour back into my family and make up some time that I've been missing. And that's where we're at today. I'm still putting out
That's
music,
awesome.
but it's just on my own pace, just kind of slowed down and just I'm having fun with it. I'm getting to enjoy it.
So I highlighted Josh O'Neill's comment. It says, one of the things I love about Kalan, he's a humble guy. I was so glad to see the change in both Kalan and Paul. What's even crazier is around the same time them boys shifted is when I shifted.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. I remember actually Josh messaged me on Facebook, and he was telling me like me and him we was talking about like me leaving music and getting in church, and Paul, what I'm saying, like leaving music and getting into church. And he actually messaged me on Facebook. I still got the message him, telling me how like God was drawing him to do the same, like step away from the secular side and getting more, like in the church and everything. And dude, that was super dope whenever I seen that, because I was like, it ain't just I ain't it wasn't just me, it wasn't just Paul, like like that several people, like in the genre has kind of decided to kind of follow Christ. So that's always amazing to see.
and Josh is now a youth pastor in North Carolina, which pretty awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I listen to a lot of Christian music. I listen to Christian music, then country, and then Southern rock, and then I still listen to country rap. But if it's got a lot of cuss words in it, I usually skip it and go to something a little cleaner.
Yeah.
But now and then, I don't really listen to a lot of mainstream music, mostly Christian. And of course, at Quake, we play all kind of stuff from underground Christian rap to I've even got some country songs on here that are Christian, like Blake Shelton's got
Yeah,
some
yeah, yeah.
Christian songs, and then we play, of course, Christian rock and then worship music. And I'm going to be adding your music to our rotation, which is cool. And like I listen to a lot of country rap Christian groups. Like I've seen Rare Breed in concert twice.
Absolutely.
I met Rob Harden is his name. I met him both times. And man, this guy's a redneck like me, but he's rapping about Jesus. Like yeah. And then you got Levi Mann. He's another one. Lives in the mountains of North Carolina. He does Christian country rap. And then of course you got what's the other one I listen to a lot is Whosoever South. You ever listen to them?
No, no, no. I'm gonna have to check them out though.
Oh man, Whosoever South. They're from Louisiana, so they're backwoods Cajuns,
Okay.
and they've been at it for many years now doing music, and they have a lot of like backwoods Cajun beats, but it's rapping about Jesus and the country life,
Yeah.
and it's like man, it just goes to show you ain't got to be in the regular country rap and one of the things. So Rev Reed's got a song. I'm a huge fan of his. He has a song called The Warm Up, and even though I can't sing, my singing voice is garbage. I like to rap, and I can listen to a song. I have to listen to it about 100 times, and then I get to where I can rap it forwards and backwards. And then so he has a line on one of his songs. He says I don't have to cuss on records just to make my statement known.
Yeah.
And that hits hard because that goes to show you these guys think it's the coolest thing in the world if they don't say a cuss word in a song. No, bro, this is my opinion. This is just my opinion. I don't care who gets mad. But in my opinion, you have a bigger and wider genre of audience for your music when you don't have cuss words. If you have a bunch of cuss words in your song, you lose people like me or there. And I know other people that think just like me. Man, that takes away from your message. It was a good song until you did that. It's like, well, you should just pay attention to that. That's the argument I hear. But yeah, if it loses me as an audience member, then you done lost me. And you don't have to have all that to have good music or a good message.
Nah, man. Like
But
our for the most part, like if you listen to Denim, and this is even before like I wasn't nowhere near saved, but if you listen to Denim, I mean, there's not a crap ton of cussing in there. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not a lot because like on that album, man, like I was like that was the first album, and we was touring a lot, and we was doing a lot of shows, and to me, man, and the reason why like to me when you see kids on the front row, you know what I'm saying, and they're sitting there singing every single word, like I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, like I don't know. I've always tried to be the best example that I could be, even before
sure.
like I was saved. You know what I'm saying? And like that's one thing that like really got me. That kind of like made me want to like just kick myself in the tail end for some songs because I'd be doing like a show and see little kids up there on the front row and like I'm trying to make music that they can enjoy. I'm trying to make music that, like you can listen to and then you feel comfortable playing around your kids. And if you're a good enough artist, if you're a good enough lyricist, you don't need all them filler words. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, literally, I mean, let's be honest. From a writer standpoint, man, that's really all cussing is. You know what I'm saying? It sounds cool and it's a filler word. If you got a
Yep.
wide enough vocabulary and you got just a little bit of intellect, you can write a song and it still be good and it still
Yep.
hit hard and you ain't got to put all that crazy junk in there.
That's right.
That's just
And
me.
and I agree with that. When I was in high school, I used to think, of course, I don't listen to mainstream rap because, and I'm just going to be real with everybody. There's there's several topics that mainstream rap talk about. They talk about growing up in the ghetto, shooting cops, selling drugs, girls with big booties, or cars with big wheels on it, and I can't relate to none of that. And so, but at least with country rap, I can relate because the country lifestyle. Because I live in a little redneck town of 2,000 people, and then and then with the Christian side of it, I can relate to it because it's Jesus music, it's songs about hurt, songs about suicide, all kinds of cool stuff
Hmm.
that I can actually relate to. And like, man, this hits home.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And Josh says, the first time I met Cypress Spring, we played a fair show together. I don't remember the state, but I was sold on them guys just because of their hearts.
Man, I'm gonna be dead honest with you. I don't remember. Oh man, was it? I can't remember if it was. I don't think it was the Louisiana State Fair. It was definitely a fair, but I can't remember. I can't remember what fair it was either.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to play three songs, and I've got some. The last song I'm going to play is a Levi Mann song. You ever listen to him?
No.
Okay, I'm going to play one of his songs last, and then I'm going to play some Cypress Spring songs. And and anybody that's watching, y'all share this out. We got 10 people, which is awesome. And if y'all get a chance, if you're watching from Quake Radio's YouTube, you can go subscribe and hit the bell to get notified when we go live or post a video. Josh says it was up north. And
Was it Hershey, Pennsylvania?
then also, y'all can subscribe to my YouTube at Cooners Outdoors Ministries. Do it to Cypress Springs YouTube also. Most people don't know this, but when you click the bell, click receive all. That way, every time one of us posts something, you'll get a notification there's a new video. And if I ever get to see this man in concert, I want to meet you. I want to see y'all in concert. I got a professional video camera that I use to film dirt track races with, and I film concerts too. So I want to film your whole set. If I ever see you in concert, I put it on my YouTube.
Heck yeah.
And all right, let's see. All right, JT's watching. Thank you, JT. So JT does the Wednesday night show with me. He's also got a Christian rock show coming up called Facing Goliath Rock Show, which is cool. Nothing but Christian rock on Quake Radio. All right, so let's see. Let me go in here. Let's see. And there's a link you can go to Quake Radio to listen to us online. Free 24-hour Christian radio. All right, let me go to this song. All right, so the song I'm gonna play right now is track 5 of the Rebel Reborn called Holy Living. Talk about that song.
So oh man, Holy Living. Actually, when I told the record label that I wanted to do like a Christian rap album, they was like, okay. So my homeboy, uh, Dub 3030, he makes beats. If you are
Oh
if
yeah,
you man, if you I don't care what genre you do. If you do rap, if you do hip hop, if you do country, if you do smooth jazz, classical, I don't care what it is. Dub 3030, that dude
he's the
is
best.
making beats, mixing and mastering, just the whole engineering, producing all together, man. I got to give him a plug. Uh, Dude is by far uh, one of the best in the game. So I found his beats. And I'm gonna be dead honest. I can't remember how I found his beats, but I wound up on his website. Okay, and actually, I think Joe, my manager Joe, I think Joe told me about Dub, and I went to his website and I checked this stuff out. And so the first song that I come out with was Rebel Reborn, but I started writing that song and I didn't finish that song. I think I had the intro and maybe like the chorus or something wrote, and I had to do something, and then I come back and I wound up on Dub's website, and I was just kind of like going through his beats. I forgot I started Rebel Reborn, and I was kind of like going through his beats, and then like the I don't even remember what the name of the beat was, but all I could hear in my head was "Holy Living," and I was like, "Man, I gotta shoot this boy some money real quick." So I pulled my phone out, and I'm like, "Hey, look, I need that beat. Go ahead, take it down. Let me get the exclusive. Don't sell it to nobody else. Don't let nobody lease it. Let me go ahead and get that right there." And I'm pulling up. Let's see. I'm pulling up my Spotify right now.
So Josh O'Neill says it was a pretty big fair. Lee Colt headlined. He said it was the only Average Joe's artist on the bill.
Okay, yeah, then that wasn't the one in Hershey. Man, I can't for the life of me. I know which one he's talking about, but I can't remember where in the world uh that thing was at.
Awesome.
There it is. There it is. There it is. So, anyways, so I'm sitting there and I get this beat, and this is all I hear. And I'm like, dude, I gotta have it. I gotta have that beat. Stop whatever you're doing. Take that beat offline. How much do you want for the beat to be exclusive? Go ahead and holler at me right now. Shoot me a price. He shot me a price. I sent him back on Cash App, I think. And I was like, yo, let me get the beat. Go ahead and send it to me. And for some reason, I don't know what he had the beat name, but Holy Living was the only thing that come to my head. And so I downloaded the beat, or he sent me the beat. I downloaded it. I threw it in Studio One, and I already had like the Holy Living. And usually, whenever I write a song, not all of them, man, like probably like 80% of the time, like I always write the chorus. So I had like Holy Living in my head, and I was just kind of like sitting there vibing. And then I just started writing, and then I kind of wrote this one backwards because I wrote the verse first, and then I wrote the chorus, and then I just started writing the rest of the verses. And I mean, it. In all honesty, man, it that was just one of those songs that might have took me 4 minutes to write. I mean, tops 5 minutes. It might have took me 5 minutes to write that song. And like I don't write like it's like 2025, so I type everything on my phone. So instead of like sitting there writing, I typed it on my phone, and it might have took me 5 minutes to type that song out. But like that one
Nice.
and Rebel Reborn was the same way, man. It was just like both those songs right there, Rebel Reborn and Holy Living. I recorded both those in the same day. I started Rebel Reborn, stopped it, recorded Holy Living, wrote that in 5 minutes, and then come back, finish Rebel Reborn, man. And both of them, they just, I don't know. I was like, when that happened, because that was like kind of like the first like actual like Christian rap, that I have wrote. And like when those two songs popped out, I was like, yo, I could do this. Like that was nice. And I think it was just because it was fresh, it was new, like I'd been writing about mudding and drinking and hunting, you know what I'm saying, and everything for like
Yeah.
the past like 10, 12 years. And then whenever I started like on my Christian album, like it was new, you know what I'm saying? So like I didn't have to be like, man, have I already said this, or man, have I already did this idea, this concept. So the first EP that I did, the Rebel Reborn EP, it was lovely, dude, because I just got to like take off. Everything was new, everything was fresh.
That's awesome. So I'm going to hit play on that. And if you got another device, you can listen to it playing. I've actually got this one, Rebel Reborn. I'll play it next. And then I have the new single, The Message, on here too.
Yeah.
So let me hit play on this. Y'all let us know what you think of this. This is track 5 off of Rebel Reborn. This is Holy Living. Yes, sir, Josh. See you later, man. Love you, bro.
Still slinging mud to the treetop, spitting facts when the beat drop. They say the sound different. This Jesus mixed with some hiccup. Walking Sunday morning service with some camouflage on. Guarantee you he still love me with my camouflage on. They nothing like being free. I'm loving this being me. Graduated from being what everybody want me to be. Now I just spit it how I live it. Don't really care if they feel it. I put my life in these lyrics and send it up through the ceiling. Boy, I'm prayed up. Started from the bottom, we done came up. Had to hit the floor and make a change up. Still the same country boy, hunting, mudding, and fishing, but now we just holy living. Yeah, I'm prayed country living. Wifey up in the kitchen, kids out in the yard, they playing with other children. Birds chirping, dog barking, man, it's living is good. I wouldn't trade it for 5 minutes. Living in Hollywood, they something about in the sticks. Hunting, running my veins, big bass on the line, and Jesus above everything. They said I shouldn't mix it up, but man, it sounds so good. Probably catch me in the Chevy, Bo Duking across the hood. Boy, I'm prayed up. Started from the bottom, we done came up. Had to hit the floor and make it change up. Still the same country boy, hunting, mutton, and fishing, but now we just holy living. Yeah, I'm prayed up. Started from the bottom, we done came up. Had to hit the floor and make it change up. Still the same country boy, hunting, mutton, and fishing, but now we just holy living. I said ain't nothing changed but the name on the mail. Somebody better tell them who we are. Used to do it for myself, got a little too lost. Now I do it for my family and for God. Boy, I'm prayed up. Started from the bottom, we done came up. Had to hit the floor and make it change up. Still the same country boy, hunting, mutton, and fishing, but now we just holy living. Yeah, I'm prayed up. Started from the bottom, we done came up. Had to hit the floor and make it change up. Still the same country boy, hunting, mutton, and fishing, but now we just holy living.
So that is what I call, that's so fire, call the fire department.
Dude, it just now hit me whenever you started playing that. Like, so I got those beats, okay, and then we actually took that to County Q studio in Nashville. So my manager, he he actually played the drums on that. So like we took the instrumental because it was just like a beat. So we took the beat and we took it to the studio, and then he uh he played the drums on it, and then he had the guitarist come in. We pretty much like we did a whole band, and we did that like a live tape. That was probably like one of my favorite studio sessions because usually if you're a country rap artist, you get an instrumental, just like rapping. You know, you get an instrumental, you sitting in there in the studio or where are you at, you hit record, and then you just like rap into a single track. And this right here, like we had like 4 or 5 different rooms all going at one time with the headphones in. So we recorded it like it was like actual. We cut it like it was a live performance. That's probably one of my
Wow.
favorite records that I've recorded. Like all 5 of those on the album. It's probably like, as far as recording wise in the studio, it's probably like one of my favorite albums that I recorded.
That's awesome. If there had to be a super group that would do one song, this is who I would pick. And it's all former country rap guys who are now doing Christian music. That is Jericho, Jericho Stone. Shout out Jericho. This is his new hats he's got. Jericho, Matt Marshall. He's saved and sober now. He still plays guitar. He just dropped a new song. And then, of course, Josh O'Neill, and then you guys there.
Oh
And
yeah.
that'd be one epic super group. If they did one song together, that'd be tight.
Oh yeah.
And let's see. And the next one, play Rebel Reborn. So talk about that a little bit.
So that was like the lead song, uh, the lead song for the album. And the way like I did I'm gonna be honest with you, I ain't gonna call it like a cheat sheet or like a cheat system, but I was like me and Joe, which is my manager, we was talking, and like we was talking about like we're putting out a Christian rap EP, or yeah, like a Christian country rap EP. And I was like, dude, like you always talk about the first single. I mean, that's the lead single. That's what you lead with. Like you want the lead single to be banging. For whatever project you're doing, the lead single. That's why it's the lead single. So I kind of like I had to be like I said. I started writing that, and then I went to Holy Living, and then I come back to that because like it wasn't like that song like Rebel Reborn to me wasn't like really where I thought it should be. So that's why like Holy Living was like fresh on my mind. So I was like, man, let me knock this out. And then I hit Joe up, and I'm like, dude, like the Rebel Reborn, and the reason why we stuck that with the single, because Joe was like, dude, as far as marketing, man, like shirts, hats, I mean, like the whole, like it's marketable. It's, like Rebel Reborn, and it's two words, but I mean at the same time, like it fit exactly, like who I was at the time. Um, because like to me, like the term Rebel Reborn, like to me, like that's a prodigal. That's somebody that was lost, and then like they come back to God, or if they wasn't never with God, they was lost, and then God drew them, drew whoever that person is to them. So Rebel Reborn to me, in a sense, that's like the prodigal. And like you see like a lot of Christian music, like Christian artists, like they always write about like the prodigal. There's several songs called the prodigal son, and all that. So I'm writing Rebel Reborn, and I'm like, man, like I really want that to kind of be like the Christian hip hop, or the Christian rap, Christian country rap version of a prodigal is, like Rebel Reborn. And I was like, what better way? Like I literally I took Rebel Reborn, and how I did that, how I tracked it out, how I wrote it and recorded it. I modeled it after Way of Life. So like the intro, the verses, everything, like the whole format of the song, the tempo and everything is kind of like based off of Way of Life. So I just took the same format that I did for Way of Life, and then I did it with Rebel Reborn. That's how I laid it out, and that's how I mapped it out. But instead of having a whole bunch of features, I was like, you know what, I'm fixing to just like, I was just starting in the Christian country rap, so I was like, I want to do this entire project by myself. Not being, like selfish, or me, or like about me or anything like that. I just like, for my first project, like I didn't want to like piggyback off of somebody, you know what I'm saying, or like ride coattails or something. So
Sure.
I just took that song right there and was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like just model this after Way of Life, and I'm just gonna make it like a prodigal song for country rap, and that's pretty much like how I wrote and come up with the idea for Rebel Reborn.
Very cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit play on that. This song's a banger. If y'all and by the way, do you have any CDs of the album Rebel Reborn? If you do, I'll buy one.
Bro, I don't, but and the only reason why I don't is like I stream everything digital, is because like, bro, if you get a new truck now, like it don't even come with a CD player.
So,
It it's crazy.
uh, and it sucks because I was
It
mad
does.
when I got
It
my
does.
Colorado. I didn't have a CD player. I was upset because look, this whole bookshelf right there is full of CDs.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
bet you I I bet you I have 400 CDs or close to it. And I've even got like, for instance, there's Devin Williams' live album of
Yeah.
Kings. Like Devin Williams is a Christian rock artist. I got CDs at the wazoo. Now CDs are better than streaming because it's just my opinion. You can get a CD autograph, like there's Jaron Tui's album.
Absolutely.
CDs can get autographed. You can't autograph a digital stream. Spotify is garbage. They don't pay their artists. They need to pay their artists.
They don't pay
And
enough,
then
I can promise.
yes, and then CDs, artists make more money off of CDs. Plus, you can read the booklet that comes with a CD if they have a booklet, or the thank yous, whatever. And you get to look at the cool artwork. And a lot of times, digital stream doesn't have none of that stuff.
Well, I like the crowd or I ain't gonna say like the crowd, but like the fan interaction. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're at a show, and because like I'm gonna be real, like whenever I was touring, I don't know what I ain't had a CD pressed in, man, probably 6 or 7 years now, because I just stopped doing CDs because everything's digital. But like when I was touring though, like we always kept CDs, and I just kept CDs that way. I would stay at the merch table, you know what I'm saying? Like after a show, like we'd get off stage, and I'd stay at the merch table until the bar, like the bar or the venue closed. If there was people standing in line, and I just always like a physical CD, because like you said, like I could sit there and like I miss, like literally, this sounds crazy, but I miss taking my pocket knife out and cutting the plastic off of a CD just to open the case up, and then signing it with a gray Sharpie, and then handing
That
it
is
inside. You know
awesome.
what I'm saying? I actually, now that we're talking about it, like I actually miss that, and you can't do that with Spotify. You can't do that with iTunes. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
right.
that person gets to take that to the house, and they get to play it until they drive down too many dirt roads and it's so scratched up that it don't play no more. Like you don't get that with Spotify, dude. Like you just
No,
don't get
no.
that, man.
And so thankfully I've got a CD player in my Nissan Frontier, and then I've got one on my computer here, and I've still got a Walkman with a CD I could probably
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
And because I play CDs a lot, more than anybody, I bet you. And here's a good example: David Paticone. This is one of his older albums called Modern Psalms. He's a Christian rock artist that does synthesizers. His music sounds like it's straight from the 80s, like neon lights, black lights.
Yeah.
And by the way, y'all keep David in your prayers. He's got cancer and he's been having a tough time trying to beat it. But like there's a CD and he even autographed this. That's his picture. He autographed that, and I will have that from now on. That's just cool to me. And he put his favorite verse, Isaiah 26:4, and says, "Thank you, Jerry. God bless you." And like you don't get that from a digital stream. And you
No,
know, at
no.
one time, I think Spotify was 0.002 cents a play or something. Like unless you're Metallica or you're royalty, you're not. And even then, they don't even get nothing.
Nah, man. And it's the Spotify streaming royalty, man. It's insane. Like, in my opinion, YouTube has everything beat as far as like plays. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, if I ever have a choice, like YouTube. Oh, thank you. That's my wife. Say hey. There you go. Good
Hi.
job. Get out of here. But yeah. So YouTube, man, I remember like when I first started doing music, like I ain't gonna go into numbers and stuff like that, but I remember like looking at like my first check from YouTube, and I remember like looking at my checks from everything else, and I was like, man, I could fit all that times five in my YouTube check. Like it's crazy, dude. That Spotify, iTunes, I mean, all of it, like with Spotify, I back in the day, I think it was like I can't even remember what it is now. It's been so long. It was like what like 700 spins to be a sale or something like that. Like
Yeah.
it was something like just crazy. Where like YouTube, if they got like a paid YouTube, it's 150, or if they got a free YouTube, it's 300. That's how it used to be. I don't know what it is now. But like you, in my opinion, YouTube has always like outdone like Spotify and everybody else as far as like treating the artists good.
Oh yeah. Shayna says, met Kalan through Tommy Chain. Rest in peace, Tommy Chain. Kalan, you're an amazing guy, and to see what you were 7 years ago versus now, congrats. Can't wait to read the book.
Man, God is good. God is good.
Amen. And YouTube, so people don't realize this. I see artists bragging about their Facebook video views. Yeah, I got this many views. Most of that is not real. And the reason why I say that, Facebook, because I'm a social media nerd, I run like 16 Facebook pages, 5 groups, and I have 2 YouTubes. And 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 so one thing I've learned is Facebook has a deal where if you're on your phone, you're scrolling, and you have the settings set to where it plays a video automatically. If you're scrolling, it goes by a video and it plays for 2 seconds. That counts as
Yeah,
a view.
yeah.
But on YouTube, you have to actually listen. I think it's either I think it's 30 seconds for it to
There's
actually
so many
count as a
there's so
view.
many seconds that you have to listen, and also like with YouTube as well. Like if you come across a YouTube, like for instance, if you go to my channel and an ad pops up and you skip that ad like immediately, like YouTube ain't necessarily what pays artists. The ads is what pays artists. So if you're watching this and you go to a YouTube page for an artist that you like, just watch that ad. I know it's like 30 seconds, but watch that ad. It helps them out. Anyways, go ahead.
Okay, awesome. That's cool to know. Hey, good plug to put in there.
Hey, yeah, yeah. The better
All
the
right, so
ad, the
let's
more
hit.
the money.
Yeah, and I use Amazon Music. Well, actually, I hate Amazon. Amazon's another big conglomerate company, but I will say
Yeah.
this about Amazon. The only time I use Amazon is to buy music, and I don't mind paying 99 cents or $1.29. Like I bought your new song earlier,
Mm,
and for $1.29, and because Amazon's one of the few companies where I can still download music and play in an external music player other than Amazon's music player. And a part of that still goes to help the artist too.
yeah, yeah.
And so, and
It
in
has
fact,
to.
when you can go to Amazon Music and you can click the heart by Cypress Spring's name, and you just hearted it, and then you'll get I think notifications when they post music on there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's hit play on Rebel Reborn. This song is fire.
Yeah, I'm still rowdy as they come. Still proud of where I'm from. Used to get it out the mud. Now I'm covered by his blood. They telling me I've changed. They can see it in my walk. They can feel it in my presence. They can hear it when I talk. Still rowdy as they come. Still proud of where I'm from. From the south side of heaven. So don't run up on me, son. I ain't got no time to waste your time. God told me it's go time. Took me out of that limelight. Molded me instead of showtime. Now I'm back at it with a new swag. New way, but no do-rag. Some of y'all might jump ship, but it's all good, man. I won't trip. I ain't new to this like ludicrous. Word of mouth said I'm through with this, but I'm back at it like I never left. Haters, man, gon' hold your breath. Yeah, we started from the bottom, now we here. We ain't never failed off. I just wanna make it clear. Took a little break, had to kick it with the fam. On this journey, found a little reinvented who I am. I'm a rebel reborn. I ain't quitting, I ain't stopping. I'm a rebel reborn. You can hear them speakers knocking. Still rowdy as they come. Still proud of where I'm from. Yeah, I'm a rebel reborn. Made it killing no mud music. Now it's time to get up by the blood movement. I'm still rocking that camo with a full mag of that ammo. Still pull up in a big truck. Still big fish and kill big bucks. Still the same me. Ain't much change except now I'm putting God first. Now sweet tea in a mason jar. Had to quit on that apple pie. I'ma always keep it 100, no cap, man. I ain't gotta lie, but you can check my resume. Better speak for itself. My whole life's a testimony. I just pray that it helps. Yeah, we started from the bottom, now we here. We ain't never failed off. I just wanna make it clear. Took a little break, had to kick it with the fam. On this journey, found a little reinvented who I am. I'm a rebel reborn. I ain't quitting, I ain't stopping. I'm a rebel reborn. You can hear them speakers knocking. Still rowdy as they come. Still proud of where I'm from. Yeah, yeah, I'm still rowdy as they come. Still proud of where I'm from. Used to get it out the mud. Now I'm covered by his blood. They telling me I changed. They can see it in my walk. They can feel it in my presence. They can hear it when I talk. Yeah, I'm a rebel reborn.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. Kevin Ferguson says K Mill. Heath Hutchcraft says good man right there. Okay.
Heath, what's up, buddy? Devin, what's going on, man? Devin actually just come down. Him and his family, they just come over from Mississippi down here to Panama City Beach, and they took a little family vacation, and we went and caught a couple fish while they was in town.
Man, fishing is awesome. I bass fish and bluegill fish a lot.
That's all I do is fish 90% of the time. If I'm not at work, I'm fishing, or if
So
I'm in
you
logging
still
time, I'm
duck
still
hunt?
doing. Man, I ain't duck hunting in like I hate it. I hate it. I ain't duck hunted in probably like 2 years. Uh, dude, I don't know. No, nah. It's been 3 years because like so like I've fished my whole entire life, but like I had like a little 15-foot John boat and I wound up like venturing out into the bay and then like I caught some redfish and then from that moment forward like redfish is all I do. Like right now, I'm like my wife. She says that I hyperfixate on stuff, and she's probably right. So like right now, I'm hyperfixated. I'm hyperfixated on red fishing. So like I've been fishing like redfish tournaments for the past 2 years, and that's all I'm doing. Like I devote, I devote every weekend to redfish. So yeah,
That's
that kind of took
awesome.
place of duck hunting for the moment. I still have all my duck hunting gear and I will go to the bay and shoot some redheads this year because I've already seen a good amount of ducks out there on the bay while I've been fishing. But it's full flat. Haley, you watch your mouth. It's full flat this red fishing right now.
What up, Daniel
That's my
Partland? How you doing?
mama's on here. That's my mom. Redfish is life. Yeah. That's where we're at right now. We're red fishing, and it's red fishing over everything.
So we got another artist in here, my buddy Daniel Partland, He's a country singer. So what up, Daniel? How you doing?
Heck yeah.
If y'all can look up Southern Patriot on Facebook. That is his artist name. Anthony says, better take your son to the tournaments with you. Seen without him.
Oh, AJ. Yeah, yeah, dude. So my son, he had this past tournament. he had a he had like a 2 day, not necessarily like a youth camp, but it was like a 2 day a kids thing for church, and he's fished like the past 2 or 3 tournaments with me, and then the championship was this past weekend, and my son wound up having to miss, and I don't even want to talk about it because I won't ever fish another tournament without my son being my partner because like I just get to tell him what to do. He catches all the fish, and then I'm just the net man from there on out. So like that's like my good luck charm, and he didn't get to go with me Saturday, so yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. Anthony, just
Let's just
just I'm gonna have him ready for next year, baby.
he just had some buzzard luck on Saturday.
No, yeah. Like so, so I have caught fish from Pensacola to Dagum Carabel, which is a very far way apart. I don't really know how to say it. Places I don't fish and don't never go, and then I get out there on my home water where I catch fish on a daily basis, and just got the stew kicked out of me, and I'm like, I don't even know how that's possible. And then I got thinking, I was like, oh man, my son ain't in the boat, so that makes perfect sense.
So you're actually not super far from me. So I'm 2 hours from Pensacola.
You're 2 hours Pensacola. I am an hour and a half from Pensacola to the east.
Okay, so probably close to 3 hours for me up that way.
Yeah, probably. Because
Just a guesstimate.
I'm 45 minutes north of Panama City Beach.
Okay, cool. And let's see, I got another new song. So this is the new song called The Message. Talk about that one.
Okay, so the message, and you gotta excuse me. I'm just one of those people, like I don't really sugarcoat anything. You know what I'm saying? So
Sure.
like I
Speak
just
your mind.
yeah. I mean, like I try to, regardless. I'm working on this. Okay, I'm not. I ain't nowhere near perfect. Okay, I try to speak. I don't mind speaking my mind, but now I've learned like I try to speak my mind, but at the same time with like the love of God, so I don't offend as many people as I
Sure.
really would like to. You know what I'm saying? So he's still working on me. Sometimes I say stuff and I'm like, or my wife will be like, "Hey, shut up," and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, you're right." So
I feel you. I feel you. I'm on that path myself. I
yeah,
like
yeah,
I like being honest.
yeah. I mean, that's just how it is. And so the message, that song, it's actually based around uh this is gonna get political, but not political. Like I'm not gonna make it political. But I
Sure.
mean, just the song, I guess everybody says it's political. Um, I don't care what your political party is. Okay, that don't bother me at all. Um, but so it all happened with Charlie Kirk. Like when that whole incident
Oh yeah.
happened, like people can say that he bred hate, or I mean, there's two sides to every story. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. Um, you know what I'm saying? So it
Charlie
is
was
what it
awesome.
is. Yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You like the dude or you don't like the dude. You like me, you don't like me. I mean, regardless. I mean, if you don't like me, cool. I love you. You ain't gotta like me. That's fine. We can agree to disagree. So
Yeah.
yeah, I have no problem with that. Um, so the whole thing happened with Charlie Kirk, and I didn't know the dude personally. How well can you know somebody? You know what I'm saying? I just know what I seen and what I watched, and I've been watching this dude for a while. Like I didn't just start watching him when that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like I was following him long before that happened, because just what he stands for kind of matches, you know what I'm saying, what I stand for. So and he was, you know, he was political. So so I followed him because, you know, like his thought process kind of lined up with my thought process. So when that happened, and he was assassinated, you know, I was like, I've never had somebody. Like, this might sound weird. And I don't want to sound weird, but I really don't care if I sound weird or not. Okay, so like,
Go ahead.
and I know how they felt whenever Elvis died. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like I know how they felt when Prince died. You know what I mean? Like, I know how they felt when, you know what I'm saying, like when MLK died. Like I know how they felt. Cause like it's crazy, cause like I've watched, like I watched so many of this dude's videos, you know, for like
And
for a couple
he was a
years,
good
and you know,
guy.
yeah, he was a good guy, man. He had a family, you know what I'm saying? Like, not, and regardless, like if he was a Republican or if he was a Democrat or if he was a Christian or if he was an atheist, regardless what he was a father and he was a husband. You know what I'm saying?
That's
He was
right. That's
you know, he
exactly
was
right.
he was a son, he was a brother. You know, so regardless how you feel about the guy, regardless anything about the dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was a person. So I watched the dude for a long time, man, for several years. I followed all of his videos. I watched all his debates and everything. And whenever he died, it hit, you know, like it hit me. And I think if I mean, like if you're a Christian, like I think that should have hit you, um, because a lot of people say, you know, that he was like trying to breed hate and breed division and everything else. But I think he was doing what God called him to do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
exactly. I
he
agree.
was he was spreading the gospel. Me, and this is just me personally. You could take my opinion with a hill of beans. Okay, I'm nobody. This is just my personal opinion. I believe he was going on the campuses and he was trying to educate. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, he was debating, absolutely. But at the same time, you know, like I think he was really trying to take a group of people that believe this and would be like, okay, hey, well, this is what I believe. Let's discuss it. Were they all perfect? No. Did some of them get ugly? Yeah. I mean, you know, that's just part of it. That's human
Yep.
nature. That's just part of it. You know.
Yep.
So when he got assassinated, and I'm a huge conspiracy theory. I ain't theorist. I'm not even getting into all that. We're talking about the song, the message. So whenever he got assassinated, it hit me. You know, because like somebody that was standing up, you know, for a straight Christian male. That's what he was. You know what I'm saying? That's what I am. I relate to the guy. I'm a straight Christian male. And he was, you know, he was out there standing up for what he believed and which matched what I believe. So whenever he was assassinated and all that happened, like it hit me in my feels because I was like, look, man, like this dude is out here, in my opinion, like I said, this is my opinion. He's out here trying to spread the gospel, and you know, like he's out here trying to tell people about Jesus and tell people about God, and he's trying to do this, and he's also trying to win souls for the kingdom. That's how I feel about the guy. That's what I got out of 2 years of the videos that I watched. Was he perfect? Probably not. There ain't nobody perfect. I mean, that's just all part of it.
That's
So,
right.
so he was killed, and I was like, man, like I felt like I needed to do something to an extent, but like I didn't want to be like one of those people that like took a tragic situation and made a monetary gain off of it. Like I didn't want to make a profit off of a situation that happened like that right there. And I'm not saying anything bad about people that does. I mean, it happens all the time in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? Like something
Sure.
tragic that happened, and we'll write a song about it. So like, I reached out to a couple artists, and I'm like, hey, look, man, like you know that I knew, you know that kind of like uh had the same views and the same opinion as me. You know, like I reached out to them and I was like, hey, look, man, like this happened. uh I really feel like, you know, like I want to do a song for him, and not for him, but I want to do a song and titled The Message, but I want to take the money for this and like I want to donate it. So like, I don't want nobody to be like, oh man, they just did this for the money. Nah, I didn't do this for the money. You know what I'm saying? So like, when we set up the rider shares and all that, we just set up the shares where it's donated, you know what I'm saying, to an organization. That way, I don't want to be over here profiting off of somebody losing their life. You know, and like
Sure.
I don't want to be looked at like that, because that's not what it's about. So I reached out to like several artists, and I'm like, you know what, dude, like I know, because I was gonna have several people, and so like right now the song is like me and Kingry, and so like I reached out to several artists because I wanted several artists on it because I wanted it to be as big as possible to spread the message. And so like I reached out to several people, and like literally none of them hit back. The moment that I texted Kingry, I said, "Hey dog, this is my idea. I think it'd be a good idea." And he's like, "Yeah, dude, absolutely. I'm moving, but this is one of those things where like we need to like jump on immediately, because this was one of the times in the situations like where there's like a time frame, there's a window to it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you wait too long, the window is gone, and it's just like,
Yeah.
nah." So we hopped on it, and like I was like, "Look, this is my idea. I wrote the hook. I sent him the hook, and he was like, 'Dude, I love that.'" And I was like, "Okay, are you interested in doing it?" And he's like, "Bro, absolutely." And I was like, "Okay." So like 5 minutes later, I texted him my verse. I just kind of like tracked it in my studio. I sent it to him, and I was like, "Yo, here's my verse." And he was like, "Man, let me get my." He was in the middle of moving. He's like, "Let me get my boxes unpacked, and I'll go ahead and get it wrote. I'll get to the studio and record it." So he wrote it his, and then sent it back. And then my boy Dub 3030, he produced the beat, and I sent it to him and let him mix and master it, and then he shot it back to me, and then we put it out. And I mean, it's just one of those songs where like it just kind of like matched what happened at the time. And he was out. He was a martyr, okay? And if you don't know what a martyr is, that's somebody, that dies, proclaiming the gospel. And he died for the name of Jesus. And I really feel like that he did, because I mean that's what he was talking about. I mean that was his main message, was Christian values. So when they shot him, like or assassinated him, however it happened, he become a martyr that day. So me and Kingry, we just cooked up this song, and I mean, there wasn't no promotion, there wasn't nothing, man. We wrote it, we recorded it, and then I just sent it to all streaming platforms, and that's literally how that song was made.
Very cool. That is awesome. So let's hit play on the new song, The Message, and y'all let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to share.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, and we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. They try to silence the voice of the people and kill us and claim that we equal. They try to take away all the amendments and use it to take all our freedoms. They try to take away all the religion, but God is the one that I'm repping. If you come against us, you best get the step in the Bible. Ain't the only thing that I'm gripping. If you can't beat us, then kill us. I guess that's how they feel it. If you can't beat us, then kill us. I guess that's how they live it. They shot the messenger. Can't kill the message though. They shot the messenger. Can't kill the message though. They shot the messenger trying to silence us, but they just made us all louder. I don't think they understand that it's God, the one that is giving us power. They made a martyr that day, created a problem that day. Thinking they stopped us, but honest to God, they made us go harder that day. Now we proclaiming the gospel, but louder than ever before. They did the same thing to JFK and then lied to the folks. They think the next man ain't gonna pick up the mic and keep telling the truth. We gon' keep planting the seeds, they gon' keep planting the Harvey and Booths. 116 tatted on my skin, take the word wherever I go. I ain't ashamed of the gospel, fear in this world, I'm covered by the Holy Ghost. I put my faith in the Father, trust him directing my feet. All of the people that's doing the killing is supposed to be part of the party of peace. They try to silence the voice of the people and kill us and claim that we equal. They try to take away all the amendments and use it to take all our freedoms. They try to take away all the religion, but God is the one that I'm repping. If you come against us, you best get the step in the Bible. Ain't the only thing that I'm gripping. If you can't beat us, then the messenger. Can't kill the message though. They shot the messenger. Can't kill the message though.
They try to silence our people. We rise above, we don't bow to the evil. Jesus is king, and we gonna scream it all out in the streets until they defeat it. Look at them all in their feelings. We don't need war to defeat them. Hands to the ceiling, praying to God he's the reason. They gonna feel all this healing. They took the best and thought that they won, now they get the rest. Mothers the sons, a mic in their hand with some Kirk in their blood, yeah. They don't want peace though, only want problems. They get no peace though, cause now we the problem. What do they do when they cannot win? Turn on the TV and it's CNN. Eat all the lies and feed them to friends. Blame it on guns until it's one of them, yeah. They shot the messenger. Can't kill the message though. They shot the messenger. And now it's our time to go.
They try to silence the voice of the people and kill us and claim that we equal. They try to take away all the amendments and use it to take all our freedoms. They try to take away all the religion, but God is the one that I'm repping. If you come against us, you best get to step in. The Bible ain't the only thing that I'm gripping. If you can't beat us, then kill us. I guess that's how they feel it. If you can't beat us, then kill us. I guess that's how they live it. They shot the messenger. Can't kill the message though. They shot the messenger. Can't kill the message though.
Dude, that song hits, man. I guarantee you it's gonna thump in my speaker system in my truck.
Yeah, dude, I heard the beat. When I heard the beat, I was just like, it was something about the like the little voices in the background for the chorus. As soon as I heard the beat, I was like, I texted Dub and I said, hey, I need this beat.
That is awesome. And Kingery, he did an awesome job on that too. Shout out to Kingery there.
Oh yeah, man, I love that dude. As soon as I knew what I was doing, I was like, I think I sent the song to 3 people. He was the first person I sent it to, and then I sent it to 2 others, and then he was the first person to hit back. And then like I never even heard anything from the other 2, so I was like, you know what, man, me and King, we fixing to just run off on the song real quick.
Man, that's awesome. Let's see. I'm gonna look up the name. Let's see. All right, so I got one more song, and it's not a Cypress Spring song. So I'm gonna play you a Levi Mann song. I want you to tell me what you think. And he's not a huge artist, but and his budget's not as big as a lot of them. But he's on fire for the Lord. And I used to do a dirt racing podcast, and I did it for 2 seasons. And 2 of his songs were my theme song, opening song for the show. So shout out to Levi Mann. Let me use his songs, Letters in Red, and then For the Lord is one of the others. And he made a music video to Letters in Red, and I'm going to play this song. You tell me what you think, be honest. And let me hit play here. That's right, that Dub 3030 beat. I love the guitars, the whole music in this one. This will get you crunk out in the country.
When I'm running in the night and I can't see the light and I don't know where to go, I just get my feet to God and he shows me where to walk to get out of these crossroads. And when the devil talks back and tries to attack, I just grab him by his head. And I change on my sword, that's the word of the Lord. And I speak those letters in red, those letters in red. Daddy taught me to never back down. Mama taught me to say my prayers. I grew up on a stand firm faith. That's why I know my God's always there. I never talk back, I just walk forward. I'm not a perfect man, that's why I praise the Lord. Because it wasn't me that got me out the woods. It was the only one that I know who could. A lost soul on a broken road, I had a new life to choose. So you better tell the devil step back when the Lord turns me loose. When I'm running in the night and I can't see the light and I don't know where to go, I just give my feet a guide and he shows me where to walk to get out of these crossroads. And when the devil talks back and tries to attack, I just grab him by his head and I take out my sword. That's the word of the Lord, and I speak those letters and read those letters and read. Grandpa said the day that he died, loved God with all he had, and he passed that dream down to me. That's why I praise him with all I have. I tried to run away, but I don't run today. I'm walking by his side, by side. And I was all astray until he took it away from the thieves in the night. These feet got a story to tell in every mile that they've been, but every mile had a lesson that I learned, and I'm never going back again. When I'm running in the night and I can't see the light and I don't know where to go, I just give my feet a guide and he shows me where to walk to get out of these crossroads. And when the devil talks back and tries to attack, I just grab him by his head and I take out my sword. That's the word of the Lord, and I speak those letters and read those letters and read those letters and read.
All right, so what you think of that?
Hey, I like that.
I love the message in that. Let me turn my camera back around. That's his YouTube if anybody wants to go subscribe. He's got 60 subscribers, Levi Man Official. And don't forget, click the bell and click receive all. But that's the video. I think he's got, let's see, I think it's over 1,000. Yep, over 1,000 views. That was dropped 3 years ago. I love stuff like that. Let's see, let me turn this around here, camera facing front. There we go. Man, this has been a super awesome episode. And if anybody's got any prayer requests, leave them in the comments. And I got to give a shout out to my buddy Mason Hudgens. So this is, y'all keep Mason and his wife in your prayers. And let me read this. He sent me this a minute ago before the show started to remind me I saw him at work today. So he's going to be going to South Korea, if I'm not mistaken. They're doing a South Korean mission trip, and Mason's a new Christian. So shout out Mason for giving his life to the Lord, which is
Yes,
great.
sir.
Proud of you, Mason. And so he says they're going on a mission trip in South Korea next year. And the mission of the mission trip, they're going with some friends. And this ministry, it says, our mission in South Korea is focused on sharing the love of Christ through action. One of the biggest ways we're doing that is by hosting vacation Bible school programs for children. These kids are growing up in a culture where faith is rapidly declining. Right now, less than 20% of South Koreans identify as Christian, and that number is still falling every year. We believe reaching the next generation with a message of hope and truth is more important now than ever. Through games, lessons, songs, and genuine connection, we want these kids to know they are deeply loved and seen by God. It is such a privilege to partner with local churches who are working so faithfully in their communities. If you feel led to support what we're doing through prayer, sharing our mission, or giving financially, we'd be grateful. Every gift, no matter the size, help us. And it says less than 3% of children know who Jesus is over there. So that is wild to think of.
Yes, sir.
Let's see, I'm going to post a link right here. If y'all want to donate, this is a cash app to donate to Mason's mission trip. And it's, I can't remember. Oh, shoot. Things doing like the government and I want to work. Let's see. No, let me delete that. Delete. Do you have any prayer requests?
Me?
Yes.
No, 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 no. I was
Okay,
finna say,
cool.
dude, I was reading comments, bro.
Oh, that's okay. Let's see. Don't. Okay, let's see. Ammunition trip can donate here, and let me hit paste. And there's the GoFundMe if anybody would like to donate. I can't remember the name of the group that Mason's going with. He was telling me about it today, but they're the ones that's heading it up. So I'm proud of him for doing that. And if anybody wants to listen to Quake Radio, we're fixing to have your music on Quake Radio, which is awesome. And of course, Quake stands for King Without a Crown every day. And the cool thing about you can listen on, in fact, there's the link scrolling at the bottom you can listen to, or you can download. There's an app called Live 365 Official, and they have a Facebook too you can follow. And what Live 365 is, it's a radio station company that hosts radio stations all around the world. You can download the app. You can search any genre or any radio station. What up, Tyler Ackerman? That's the man right there. And then you can search any radio station you want to look for. And you just go in there and type Quake Radio. You can listen to us. We play Christian rock, Skillet, Red, Striper, Seventh Day Slumber, so many other bands, Christian rap, Lecrae, Levi Man. We got some new Matt Marshall on there. Shout out Matt Marshall. Shoot, KB, so many different artists. And of course, Michael W. Smith, Stephen Curtis Chapman, all the names that everybody knows, we play them too. Haley says, God bless them, protect them, and guide them in reaching those that call them to. As they lift you high, draw the people that are sent to you in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you for that prayer. That is awesome.
Amen.
So here's a question for you. What up, Tyler? How you doing, buddy? So what do you call Jesus working out?
What's that?
Jehovah Fitness. that's a that's a knee slapper right there.
Oh man.
When I get rich, I'm gonna have me a gym called Jehovah Fitness. And when
Oh,
you walk in,
absolutely.
on the background, it's gonna be a picture of Jesus deadlifting the earth.
Absolutely.
That's
Yes,
great.
sir.
So, is there anybody you want to shout out? Anybody you want to thank?
Man, uh shout out God first, you know what I'm saying? Um
Whoop,
yeah,
whoop.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Capital G O D.
Capital G.
Man, and
He's a real
capital G.
OG.
Hey, yeah, yeah, capital G. Nah, man, thank y'all for having me on, and shout out to my wife, you know what I'm saying, for keeping the kids held down long enough for me to be able to do this podcast with you. And you know, she the backbone, man. She the backbone. Um
That's awesome.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. I'm
Hey,
on
that's awesome.
I'm gonna put a plug real quick. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. My wife said that that Tyler he's got some music. Matter of fact, Tyler's got a new single. Him and Chase, they have a new single that's gonna be coming out.
Yes. Yes. Send that over. We'll gladly play it.
They got some good stuff. He kind of Tyler he sends me some stuff that they don't put out to give me feedback. And man, he has sent me a couple. I think he's got like one or two that's out that I heard, but then he's got some that ain't out that I heard. And every song that they have recorded right now, it's a banger. Every one of them.
That's
So
great. That's
definitely
great. So
definitely check
in
it
other
out.
words, the whole fire department and every fire truck need to come out.
Yeah, 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 yeah. They got some good stuff. They got some good stuff coming that I'm excited. I'm excited for. I'm excited to hear. Them two dudes right there
So
put it together.
you got any shows coming up? Any live shows?
No, I don't, man. Like really, as far as like I've had like people I've had people reach out Um, I'm gonna be dead honest with you, man. Like I'm so busy. So like for one, just like with church, okay, and then two, so like I just started a new company about like 4 months ago, and man, I don't get no time off. Okay, I'm fixing the next month. Me and my son's going to South Carolina to take a fishing trip. So I'm gonna take a little
Nice.
break then. Yeah, dude. But as far as shows, man, like I really been taking a break. Like, so I got a new company that I started that I've been working on. My wife, she's got a new podcast called Girl Talk that she just launched. I think she's going into her second week. Next to be her third week or something like that. And then
That's awesome.
yeah, and then me and her have a podcast that we're fixing to start. Um I ain't gonna say no names or anything on about it because it ain't official yet. So but it's gonna be coming soon. I just want her to be able to focus on hers because she's already got it started. So I want hers to be able to take off, and I want her to be able to, because like she'll record everything, and then I'll just kind of like mix and master like her audio and edit her videos and everything. So I've been trying to just like focus on hers and let hers get established and took off like really good. If you're a female though, and it's for females. So if you're a female, uh, it's called Girl Talk, and I mean it's just like it's a religious podcast, and I get to see the episodes first because I get to edit them. But and I'm not just saying this because it's my wife, but the two episodes that she's filmed so far and put out, they've been really good. She does, I mean, a lot of prayer and a lot of fasting. She stays in prayer time and in the Bible more than a lot of people that I know. So
That's great.
yeah, man, every one of her episodes is they're always good, and I'm super excited for her. So we've got like her podcast going on, we got my company going on, and then like I just wrote a book. So uh, we're getting ready to gear up November the 1st to release my first book. So yeah,
That's awesome. And
I
if
I
Haley
just
ever wants to come on the show and
yeah.
promote her, she can come on
Oh
the
yeah, oh
show.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
So talk
But
about the book.
the book, all right, yeah. So pretty much like I don't know how this is gonna work
Ooh, that's cool.
with it with the glare. Hold on. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Yeah.
Man, that is
So
awesome.
so I took pretty much like my life testimony. Okay. Uh my whole entire life from my childhood to about like probably like 4 months ago whenever the book hit production. That's what's missing from the book. So I literally took my entire life and I condensed it down to like 64 pages, 65 pages if you count the about the author, but as far as like the book, it's like 64 pages long. So I took pretty much like my life, all right, and BC and AC, we're gonna call it that. So before Christ and after Christ. I took it all. And if you're a Cypress Spring fan, I ain't trying to promote a book, but if you're a Cypress Spring fan, go pick it up because this has like the story like before I got my first record deal. This has like back when I used to like gig out of a pickup truck, like back when I used to drive a semi for Budweiser. I mean, like this has like everything, you know what I'm saying? This has
Yeah.
everything in it. And what it is like, so I took it, so it's like a memoir. It's not necessarily a book. It's a memoir. It's a true story about my life that I condensed down into 64 pages. And I made it I only made it 9 chapters, and I did a 9-day devotional. So really it's a 9-day devotional. And it's not just for like for guys. Like I wrote it like for females of mine too, because like I didn't want to be just like one-sided. So
Sure.
but this talks about like all my struggles, like all my past struggles, like all my past addictions, like everything. Like there's stuff in this book that my mom don't know about. Like there's stuff, and like it's deep to be 64 pages long. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll change your and to be honest with you, man, like it'll change your perspective on who I am as a person. Because like there's a lot of stuff in this book like that nobody knows, you know what I'm saying, like about me. And I was trying to figure out a way like how to get my testimony out there, and God was like, man, let's write a book. So I wrote a memoir that is a 9-day devotional. I mean, you can sit down, you could read this book in one day. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if you want to break it down into a 9-day devotional, that's what it's designed to be, is a devotional. And it take about 5 minutes to read a chapter. And then, it's got the devotional, and then it's got a closing prayer at the end of each chapter. And then like each chapter just kind of like goes through a very condensed version of my life from just start to where I am now. And I mean, it talks about, my wife, it talks about Paul, it talks about Tyler. It talks about divorce, it talks about being an alcoholic. I mean, dude, like it talks about everything, everything in here, and then stuff that like people don't even know. And because I was like, dude, there's a bunch of people out there like right now where I used to be, and like I didn't write a book to make money. Like I'd be dead. I'm gonna sell this for as cheap as possible to cover the cost of the book, just so where I can order more. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not an author. I don't consider myself an author. I'm like, this is just something that God gave me. So I'm just trying to be obedient to God, and I'm just trying to do what God tells me to do. And He told me to write a book, and He told me to put it out, and that's the reason why I did this. So like, this ain't
That
something
was
for me to like
awesome.
make a revenue. Yeah, this ain't something for me to make a revenue, or like, to make a profit off of it. So I'm gonna try to keep this
Sure.
extremely cheap. And if you're a Cypress Spring fan, get it, because I mean, there's some behind the scenes stuff in here. Like from being on the road, and I mean, just talk about just like the gold record, and I mean, talk about like finding God, and pretty much like an extended version of the testimony that I told earlier here on the podcast. But at the
That's
same
awesome.
time, I kept it short because like I don't like to read. Like I don't like to read. I'm not a reader. So I kept that
Me
in
either, but
mind when
that's
I was,
perfect.
yeah, 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 dude. I kept it in mind for like people like me and you that don't like to read, because you can be like,
Yeah,
oh, dude, I can read, even if I don't like to read, I can read this chapter right here in 5 minutes. Then I can wake up tomorrow and I can read another chapter in 5 minutes. And then in nine
there you
days, you can
go.
read the book. Yeah, you might have, dude, you might have 45 minutes invested in the whole book. But yeah, it's going November 1st. It's going to be on Amazon and everywhere online. Shout out to Tall Pine Book Publishing Company for hooking me up, dudes. They was amazing to work with. And Nick, the guy that's over my account, dude, he's just been God sent, dude. But it comes out November the 1st, and then I will have 30 copies. Uh, if you I hate saying stuff like that, but like if you want a signed copy or something, I'd be more than happy like to sign copies and mail them out. And I'll order 30 copies. If I need more, I'll order more. But yeah, you can get it on Amazon, Kindle, all that. I'll post links like on the November 1st on all my accounts, and
And
go pick it up, dude. It's a good read, and it talks about Jesus.
Tyler says he bought a mixtape in '08.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He really did. He bought a mixtape in '08. Let me think about '08. If it was '08, it was probably called Hollywood if it was in 2008. But
Says he
yeah,
wants
that
one
was that.
signed, hand delivered.
I got you, brother. I got you. This is the first author copy right here. I'm fixing to frame this bad boy, dude, and I'm gonna hang it up over here to the gold record, or I'm gonna hang it up over here
Yeah.
beside the silver play button for YouTube. But yeah, dude, I got 30 coming in, dog, and that's what I'm gonna do with the 30. I'm signing them and
Well, look, I'm gonna buy
signing and
one of the
selling.
30 from you to hip you out and sign it, and that'd be
Oh, dude,
cool.
absolutely, man. Absolutely, absolutely.
Man, that is cool, and that is cool that you're doing a book because I love books like that. Like even though I don't
Oh yeah,
read
oh
books,
yeah.
I'll show you two that I do have. So let's see, I got actually yeah, here's both of them. So Dean Hulsey, I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but I'm big. Of course, I'm a big coon hunter, big in the outdoors. And
Oh yeah.
Dean Hulsey came on my show a while back. He has a podcast and a show called God's Great Outdoors: Trails to Adventures. And he sent me his book. It's a devotional called Trophies of Grace. And
Oh
if you're
hell
an
yeah.
outdoorsman, this is a huge book. But if you're an outdoorsman or a deer hunter, 365-day devotional and journal. It is super awesome. And then it's got like all kinds of cool stuff. And then he also has a cookbook, an outdoor cookbook, and he's got one of my fishing recipes in it. And then another book I have,
Dang.
Oh yeah, I got to show you that outdoor cookbook because I know you love to eat. And then this is my friend Ron Southern. He's an announcer and track chaplain at a dirt track in Mississippi called Hattiesburg Speedway. And he has a ministry called Racing Towards Jesus Ministries. Y'all can like him on Facebook. And he just gave me his new devotional that he wrote called Racing Towards Jesus, 31-day devotional. And it's got a picture of race cars. And that one race car that says Jesus paid it all, I've actually seen that one race in person. And it's
Oh, heck yeah.
cool. The driver's name is Kevin Cumby. And he put that on the back of his car. And I took a picture of it when I saw him. I said, man, what better message to have on the back of your race car than Jesus paid it all? I can't beat
Yeah, no joke.
it.
As
I
I'm in
love
first
stuff like
place
that.
and you're looking at the back of my car.
Yes, that's right. In fact, there's another family that because I'm an announcer at a dirt track here. And if you ever come this way, I'll take you on a coon hunt and I'll give you a free ticket to the dirt track where I work at.
Heck yeah.
Um, we got a family there called the Cartwright family, and both of their sons race in the dirt late model classes. And on the back of their son Brent Cartwright's car, it says follow the leader, Jesus. And there's no better leader to follow. Tyler says I'll be down around Christmas. Put mine on a shelf for me.
Gotcha. I'll store that thing. I'll make Haley do it because I'll forget. I ain't gonna lie to you. Haley's in the living room watching the podcast, so I'll
That's
make sure she
awesome.
puts one back.
Well, I appreciate you coming on the show. Is there anything else you want to talk about or anything?
Nah, dude, I appreciate y'all having me on, dude. It's
This has
been good,
been
dude. It's been fun. I enjoyed it.
I enjoy it. This has been great because this is episode 95. So this is definitely in my top 10 of shows out of 95 that I've done. So it's been really good.
Oh, dude, I gotta you got you said episode 95?
Yes.
Okay. Making a making a note of something real quick.
Okay, cool. And I do these every Tuesday and then Wednesday night. JT that was in here earlier, we do a show with the radio station on Wednesday nights at the church. We do one called the Three Wise Men podcast, and Jason that owns the radio station started that one, but he's got a different job and going to school now in Bible college, so he doesn't have time to do it. So me and JT do it. And we'll have guests on Wednesday nights too. But this one, shooting straight. So trying to think of his name. Oh shoot, my mind went blank. Aaron Stonehawker lives up north, and he has a ministry called Light the Fire Outdoors. And me and him were talking one day, and they're a Christian outdoors ministry that he has. And so we come up with a name, Shooting Straight and Aiming Towards God.
Yes,
And it
sir.
worked out perfect because I love hunting all things Jesus, and then you do too. So it worked out great.
Absolutely.
And we appreciate everybody watching. And y'all subscribe to Coon Hunters Outdoors Ministries on YouTube. I got a ton of videos, concerts, coon hunts. If you like coon hunting, you'll love my channel. If you like concerts, Christian concerts, you'll definitely love my channel. I have a lot of people's testimonies on there. Like and follow Cooners Outdoors Ministries on YouTube, and we'll see y'all later. Oh, and Cypress Spring, YouTube, and Facebook.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
don't, but before you follow us, follow Jesus Christ. That's the one you really need to follow.
Yeah, hey, dude, Jesus loves you. Okay, every one of you that's watching and is gonna watch, Jesus loves you. And if you ever need prayer or anything like that, if you ever just want to talk about God, if you're ever curious, if you ever get curious or anything like that, right there, Kalan Miller is my personal page. Cypress Spring is my band page. I don't care if it's on Instagram. I don't care what it's on. If you ever get curious about God, want to talk about God or anything like that, shoot me a message. I'll be more than happy to do anything that I can to sit there and have a conversation with you and get you any information that you need to know.
Amen. That is powerful. And one more thing. You like Chuck Norris?
Man, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's I grew up, man. I grew up watching Chuck Norris and like Um, this is how much I like Chuck Norris. Okay, this is how much
Ooh.
yeah. Listen to me. Okay, so my grandmother. Okay, on my dad's side, my grandmother, my grandma Miller. Okay, and my grandfather Miller. Okay, both those on my dad's side. Okay, my grandmother was so Walker Texas Ranger, you know what I'm saying, my whole life growing up, man.
Ooh.
Anything Walker Texas Ranger do. My grandma loved that man so much that when him and his wife got married, bro, we had the picture of their wedding day from the newspaper in my grandma's second living room or her den, whatever you want to call it. But that's how much we rock with Chuck Norris, okay?
You are cool in my book. He is the greatest actor ever. John Snyder is my
Nah,
second favorite, but Chuck
hey,
Norris.
hey.
Chuck, look, they said Chuck Norris can make a slinky go upstairs.
Hey, I love me some. Hey, I love, I love me some Chuck Norris. I, I
Like
I
I've
get
got.
online, man, and I just look at all the Chuck Norris's jokes. I used to read them
Oh, look,
by the dozen,
I do
man.
that religiously. I'm not gonna lie. I've got dozens of Chuck Norris movies on DVD. I've got Walker Texas Ranger. I haven't completed my set on that, but I've got like Chuck Norris movies nobody's ever even heard of.
Oh man, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
if I ever meet Chuck Norris, I'm gonna nerd out.
The one
And
where he fought Bruce Lee, that was one of my favorites.
okay, so they said in the movie Way of the Dragon, where Chuck Norris fights Bruce Lee, as the only time that Bruce Lee beat Chuck Norris, and then a few days later, due to mysterious circumstances, Bruce Lee died. Ever since then, Chuck Norris started making more realistic movies where he never loses.
I mean, sometimes you got to, I mean, that's just matter, dude. When this podcast ends, I got a jailbroke Fire Stick, okay, and it's got about 10,000 TV shows on there, and if Chuck Norris, if Walker Texas Ranger is not on my jailbroke Fire Stick, whenever I walk in the living room after we end, I'm fixing to riot, okay? Because I'm fixing to start that series, and I'm probably not going to work tomorrow because I'm fixing to stay up all night, and I'm fixing to sit here and watch Walker Texas Ranger. Like I'm not even gonna lie, like that's fixing. That's probably what I'm fixing to do for the next week. I'm fixing to binge every episode of Walker Texas Ranger that they got, and I'm gonna make my wife sit through it, and she's gonna enjoy it.
So look, I'm like they said when the Black Eyed Peas met Chuck Norris, or actually before the Black Eyed Peas met Chuck Norris, they were known as the Peas.
That's that's how it is, dude. He gave them all, he gave them all black eyes, bro.
And then one of my favorites, or there's two of them. This one says Chuck Norris killed his first deer at 300 yards with a pocket knife in a hurricane. And then let's see, the other one is um, crop circles are Chuck Norris's way of telling the world that sometimes corn needs to lie down.
Hey, I mean,
So, like speaking of Walker, I'm such a big fan of that show. I watched it every Saturday night when it came on.
yeah, yeah.
And my very favorite season is the first season before Trebek became his partner,
Before Trebek, yeah,
and and
yeah,
then and then he ended up becoming his partner. And sadly, Clarence Gilliard was his name. He just passed away last year.
yeah, yeah.
He was in his 60s, had cancer or something. But one reason I'm so drawn to the first season, because I'm a big car nut. I love going to car shows. I've been to hundreds of them. I got hundreds. I got a bunch of trophies with both my trucks, and I've always wanted Dukes of Hazzard's my all-time favorite TV show, and then I love Walker, and I love the cars used on both shows. Well, on the first season of Walker Texas Ranger, he used two pickup trucks, and I looked it up one day last year. I looked up what they were. There was a
The four
1993
Dodge Ram.
GMC. Yep, the
Yep,
Dodge Ram was the second one,
yep.
and the 1993 GMC Z71 was the first one. He
K
had a
fifteen
gray
hundred.
one. Yep, 1500 had a gray
Yep,
one, and then he had one that was baby blue. And
yep.
if I could ever find one that I love the baby blue. If I could find one that was used on the show, and was like authenticated, oh my gosh, I'd drive that thing to car shows.
I'm not even a Dodge person, okay? Like I'm a Chevrolet person, and now I have I got a 2011 Power Stroke 250, 6.7 that I put about 10 grand in because it's a Ford, and I've just decided just to not get rid of it, and I'm just gonna rebuild it every time that it breaks. So I've been rebuilding it for the past month. Um,
Yeah.
that's besides the point, but go forward. Yeah, if I could ever find the '94 Dodge Ram, bro, with like the rack and the lights, I'm
Oh
buying it,
man.
dude. My wife is gonna be so mad, brother. But it's parking in the yard, and like when I'm like, it's gonna have a CB or a loudspeaker outside because like literally, I'm just riding down the road, just when the eyes of the ranger are upon you. Like that's all I'm playing, bro. When I'm riding in that thing, like we fixing to Walker Texas Ranger it up. Matter of fact,
So
when I get done with this, I'm getting on Facebook Marketplace and I'm fixing to go find me a '94 Dodge.
so there's another radio station that I listen to besides us at Quake. There's a radio station in Alabama called Revocation Radio. And shout out to John. Shoot, my mind went blank. Anyways, John's the owner of Revocation Radio, and they have a slogan on there. And every now and then they'll go their slogan that says Revocation Radio, the station Chuck Norris and his beard listens to.
Hey, I mean,
So,
I'm all
have you ever tried this? This is Chuck Norris water called Seaforce.
no, I haven't. I didn't even know it
Okay.
existed, to be honest with you. Like, we don't, like, I live in Vernon, dude. We got like 750 people here in a red light, dude. Like, I don't get cool stuff like that. I don't get anything like that, brother. Like, I tripped out when we had smart water, dude. Okay. Like, yeah.
Oh, okay. So look, go online. So Chuck Norris. So you can look up Seaforce Water on Facebook and follow him. It's got his picture on the top. Chuck and it says premium artesian water, naturally alkaline. Now I'm not just saying this because I'm a Chuck Norris fan. This is literally the best water I have ever drank in my life. My dad's friend Harold sent me 3 bottles, and I already drank one of them. And this is cool. So this is where he lives in Nacogdoches, Texas, on his ranch, or Navasota, excuse me, Navasota, Texas, is actually bottled at his ranch. There's volcanic rock there, and the water is bottled at his ranch. And it says on the back of it, this is cool. It says a force of nature, pure, perfect, powerful, perfect. There's no other way to describe water that erupts from the ground with such clarity and smoothness, filtered through volcanic rock and dating back 23,000 years ago to the last ice age. Seaforce natural artesian water comes directly from a living, sustainable aquifer deep underneath Chuck Norris Lone Wolf Ranch to give you the best premium water on the planet. We bottle at the source to preserve the water's minerals and naturally high pH. And it says Seaforce isn't just water; it's Chuck Norris water. It's a roundhouse kick of hydration.
See, ain't that Chuck Norris though? Like, who else bottles a water from a volcanic rock? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody else. Like they're getting like sissy spring water. You know what I'm saying? Like, not Chuck Norris. It's coming
Look,
out of volcanic rock, bro.
this is rated R for redneck. Like this is the most redneck thing you'll see.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and it's I drink a lot of water, and this is by far the best water I've ever drank. You can get it in this size, the 1 liter. They got smaller ones, and they got gallon jugs.
Of that.
Yes.
See, Chuck Norris is just
Like what we
a
really
gallon
need
of
to do.
volcanic rock, dude.
Oh man, look, we need Chuck Norris. So we need Chuck Norris to put his stamp of approval on Quake Radio, Cooners Outdoors Ministries, and then put his stamp of approval on your book and Cypress Springs music.
That's it. You know, that's it.
That's it. And I would I've met some famous people in my life. I've met John Schneider. I nerded out meeting John Schneider as Bo Duke. I've
Yeah, yeah,
met
yeah, yeah.
musicians, but Chuck Norris is at the top. I'm not gonna lie. I would literally oh my gosh, it's Chuck Norris. I'd go up to him and be like, hey, what was the one that said, Chuck Norris once uppercutted a horse in the chin. It's the sentence or today known as giraffes.
Yeah. Or like when he does push-ups, his arms don't move. That's the world moving. Like, dude.
That's well, Chuck Norris can hit you so hard your blood will bleed. Let's see. Chuck Norris can pick oranges from an apple tree and make the best lemonade you've ever tasted.
See, I'm really over here. I'm really fixing. I'm looking for a Chuck Norris truck, dude. Like as we speak, like it's fixing. My
You know
wife's
what's
gonna be
gonna be fun?
mad. But
You know what's gonna be funny? Is if you find one that was actually a survivor from the TV show, and you have like the authentication from CBS, like it comes with a card and everything saying this really was used on the show.
I'm on Google right now.
That would be awesome. I would love to. And Trevette, man, I remember there was an episode Trevette had two or three of his cars destroyed,
He had a
and then there was
Corvette,
one
didn't he?
of
Or was it the?
yeah he had a
Was it
Dodge,
a vet?
so he had a Camaro, and the Camaro the Camaro went and drowned it in the water, and they towed
Yeah.
it out of the water, and then he had the Mustang. The Mustang was blown up. Oh, that was that convertible Mustang, and then he had a Dodge Stealth and the little gray car, and he may have had another one. And then there was an episode on where Chuck Norris was in the Dodge, and the bad guy was in the helicopter and shot a rocket launcher at it and blew the truck up. I
Yeah,
wanted to
yeah. That,
cry.
that that's when he got the new truck.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah. Cause they blew up. Did they blow up the Chevy and that's when he got the Dodge?
yeah. So he had a wreck in the first season, and you can literally see it. It's the gray truck, not the blue one.
Yeah, yeah,
But him
yeah,
and
yeah.
Trevette's going somewhere, and Trevette's like he literally destroys the truck, and he comes back driving a little bit later, and Trevette's like, "Didn't you just destroy that thing?" And he's like, "Oh no, it's fine," or whatever he said. And then like it ended up being totaled, and then they went to the Dodge the next season.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure Dodge paid him a bunch of money. He said, "Look, this is what we want you to drive."
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure.
I'm sure that was. Let's see. What was? Oh, you ever seen the movie Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
So they said the opening scene of Saving Private Ryan is loosely based off of games of dodgeball Chuck Norris played in the second grade.
Oh my god.
I wish that was a true story. I appreciate everybody watching. Y'all drop your prayer requests below, and let me know if you find your Chuck Norris truck.
Hey, I'm on the baby. We getting the Chuck Norris truck. Hey, I'm on the look, dog. Like we fixing. I'm still on. I'm on Facebook right now. I've got 94 Dodge Ram 1500 typed in the search bar, and it's it's gonna have to happen. Yeah. I'll find one tomorrow while I'm at work, but we're going to get it.
That's awesome. Well, we'll let y'all go. Thank y'all. See you, buddy.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I enjoyed
And
it.
message me anytime. And this is Chuck Norris approved.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna let you know when I find that truck.
Okay.